Penn State opens its 2021 season by welcoming Michigan State to Rec Hall on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Mitch Gerber alongside senior Nick Lee, who looks to build off an impressive junior year campaign where he was to be the number 2 overall seed at the NCAA championships before those were canceled. Nick, what's your number 1 priority coming into your senior season?
I think the priority is just to keep everyone motivated. You know, it is my senior season and I have another year of eligibility, but I think this year I just want to have fun just like I have every year, and continuing to improve on certain things that I can improve on from previous years. So it should be a fun year, and it's a special year for sure.
Nick, you mentioned being able to improve from previous seasons. How so?
I think just looking back at my college career, I think just staying focused, especially near the end of the season, is really important for me. And you know, that could be a little easier this year, a little shorter year, but and just having experience though, I think will help with that. And having those past national championship experiences, I can carry into the future.
Last season, you posted a 20-1 overall record with that lone loss coming back to the Big Ten championships. How has that failure fueled you for 2021?
Yeah, I mean, we always hate to lose, right? So definitely like gave me things to think about, things to improve on. It's always hard to learn whenever you're just winning matches, just because it's hard to go back and say, oh, well, I won that match. I didn't really do anything wrong, right? So it's a lot easier to see the mistakes from losses, and I definitely think that like a lot of the things that I can improve on were on display in that one match that I lost. So definitely a huge learning opportunity for me.
What did you learn from that specific match?
I think just like for me specifically, I get a little too aggressive sometimes, and so I think just kind of pulling back on the gas pedal just a little bit can be helpful. So I've tried to do that a little bit. Which that's always easier than trying to be more aggressive. So I should be thankful, I guess.
Your roster contains just 3 seniors in 2021. One of those individuals being you. Nick, what experiences can you lean on to lead a youthful program?
I think just getting the idea of certain practices that you should have whenever you're at tournaments or at matches, such as like when to eat, what weigh-ins are like, what the atmosphere is, how you should be feeling before a match, being excited, when to be excited, when to just kind of, chillax. I think, that kind of is stuff that we can impart onto the younger guys. Because I know that like younger guys, especially me, whenever I was a freshman, I got really excited and then I would go out to my first match and just get exhausted. So I think and that's something that freshmen have to learn for themselves anyway. But it is nice to have someone there who's been through it and kind of give some comfort to younger guys, so they know that like, okay, like this isn't, we're not flying by the seat of our pants here. So yeah.
When you look at the youth that's in your program, who has impressed you?
We have a lot of really good young guys that haven't wrestled yet. And, I'll start with my brother, Joe. He's looking really, really solid. He had like I'm not even sure, it was like a 10-15 second pin in like his Rockfin match, which was sick, against a ranked guy. So that was awesome. He's looking really strong. Carter Strachey is going to be starting in his first season this year. That dude's a beast. He's going to kick everyone's butt, I think. Just super motivated, super focused. Probably the most focused guy in the room for sure. And we have a lot of young guys. We got Bo Bartlett's coming in. I think he'll probably redshirt or something. I'm not really sure what's going on, but he's really, really talented around my weight. Robbie Howard, really young guy at 125, super solid, looking really good. I have another brother in that class, actually, my brother Matt, who's also looking really solid, and he's up a few weight classes above me too. So while I'm the oldest, I am the smallest. So yeah, I had made the mistake of saying names because now I'm going to forget somebody, but just all the young guys we have coming in are super focused, super talented, and just great additions to our team.
You mentioned your brothers Matt and Joe. How unique is it having them on the same roster that you've headlined for years at Penn State?
super, super unique. I mean, it's like we were kind of practicing the same room in high school, but it's been a while since we've like been in the same room. Matt just got here this past year. Joe was here for a year. He was with the club, and he was here last year, and I used him a lot as like a wrestling partner. It's really interesting because you're almost a little more invested in your family wrestling. So it's almost like, I don't want to say it's a team within a team, but it feels that way sometimes because while I'm pretty focused on myself and I want to help my team, I don't let like me trying to help my team get in the way of my own goals. And like sometimes I catch myself just worrying a little too much about what my brothers are doing, and I'm like, okay, like hold on, like they're adults, they can handle it. So it's just the big brother instincts, I think. But yeah, it's nice to have, someone that you can always like say, hey, can you come wrestle with me, work out with me? And they're always going to say yes. I would hope so.
The NCAA has granted all student athletes an extra year of eligibility because of COVID. Nick, how significant is it specifically to you not to have to burn your Olympic red shirt?
Yeah, I think, it is really significant, and I think that was the right decision by the NCAA. Just making sure that, no matter what happens, everyone has a chance to compete this year. So that's really good for me. Obviously, I can, have the, proper amount of time to compete. So it's awesome for me, and I just get to have a little more fun with Penn State. So,
Nick, the goal at the end of the season is to find yourself atop the podium at the NCAA championships. What needs to happen with your daily approach to find yourself in that position?
I think just being consistent, staying consistent with school, very important. Keeping consistent with my workouts, my diet, the things that you do every day, and not getting too bogged down in the details, just continuing to have fun with it, and not losing sight of the big picture, I think is important. But I think just consistency, if I continue to do what's right, and if I continue to, stay consistent with my diet and workouts, I'm going to end up where I need to be.
Nick, appreciate your time, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much, Mitch. Appreciate it.